What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And what doesn't make sense to me is why the media, along with the Democrats, would care whether President Trump is taking hydroxychloroquine or not. What's it to you, media? What's it to you, Democrats? Now, President Trump is brilliant when it comes down to this tactic. See, understand, just because President Trump mentioned this drug, the left immediately started attacking the drug. The drug is sitting there going, I don't know why I'm getting attacked. I ain't had nothing to do with this. I didn't tell Trump to mention me. I mean, what else would they be willing to attack if Trump mentioned it? If he said, I love fluffy, brand new baby bunnies, would they just go out and start running over bunnies, stepping and mashing them and making bunny soup out of them just because President Trump likes them? If President Trump said, I like food, the Democrats and the liberal media would go on a hunger strike. If the president said, you know what, breathing air is good, the left and the Democrats and the liberal media would go, which sometimes I wonder, President, why don't you just say, you know what, everybody needs to stay in this country. Don't you leave this country. And all of the left in the media just say, that's it, this guy can't keep us here. We're leaving. Just go, just go. Now, here's a drug that has been proven to help people if given to a person as a preemptive strike or given to someone who have the early stages of corona. More studies than the ones that the left have been touting out there, claiming that, oh, well, it shows this drug is dangerous. Like one person, a person who started taking it when they was like 85, stuff like that, and was already far gone, stuff like that. They want to highlight those type of cases instead of all of the doctors who have been coming on TV and saying, look, I have been using this to treat these patients and it is benefiting them. Now, this is dangerous for multiple reasons. One, they're trying to create such hysteria about the drug that it's making it hard for a lot of the doctors who know the drug works to prescribe the drug. I mean, they're scaring pharmacists from fulfilling prescriptions and all of that stuff. They are doing all of these crazy tactics just because Trump mentioned the drug. Some governors are like, it's going to be outlawed in our state to give it out. They're trying to make it seem like this drug now is like PCP or something, completely dangerous. And we've been using this drug for years. This is not one of them untested. So what Trump does now, here's the reason I think this is important, because we're waiting on this quote unquote vaccine that I'm not going to take. I'm going to be honest with you. But in the meanwhile, if we find out that this drug is able to treat the virus, we all going back to work. People going to come out of every place like, it's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world. Come on, dude. We going to be out celebrating and the economy would immediately get resuscitated. It can clear. And they don't want that to happen. They want to make sure we're still walking around in fear of anything that possibly could be used to help us. So what they do, they demonize the drug. They make it to the point where it is hard for doctors to even make a good decision to give the drug to people who might need it and could save lives. Now, I don't know about you, but my question to all of these haters and discouragers of using this drug, if you came down with corona and the doc said, well, you know what? You're taking a turn for the worse. Now, I would give you a dose of this hydroxychloroquine, but our governor said that you can't use that. It's outlawed. Or even worse, you said on TV that I can't believe President Trump is pushing this drug. It's dangerous, so I'm not going to give it to you. We're just going to go ahead and see what happens. That person would become a hypocrite real quick. Give me the drug. That's what they would say. But yet they're reacting hysterically over the fact that President Trump came out the other day and said this. Let's listen to it.
A lot of doctors take it. I take it. Yeah, I hope to not be able to take it soon because, I hope they come up with some answer. But I think people should be allowed to. People don't want to write the news, but if you look, but he's the one that signed the application.
Okay.
The very important form. He signed it. Now, if he doesn't believe in it, why would he sign it? And a lot of good things have come out about the hydroxy. A lot of good things have come out. And you'd be surprised at how many people are taking it, especially the frontline workers, before you catch it.
Right.
The frontline workers, many, many are taking it.
Yeah.
I happen to be taking it. I happen to be taking it.
I'm
taking it, hydroxychloroquine. Right now, yeah. A couple of weeks ago, I started taking it. Because I think it's good. I've heard a lot of good stories. And if it's not good, I'll tell you right, I'm not going to get hurt by it. It's been around for 40 years for malaria, for lupus, for other things. I take it. Frontline workers take it. A lot of doctors take it. Excuse me.
Okay.
A lot of doctors take it. I take it.
Oh.
Yeah, I hope to not be able to take it soon because, I hope they come up with some answer.
Right.
But I think people should be allowed to. I got a letter from a doctor. I don't think it sounds like that important. I mean, you have a man that's supposed to be, and he's a...
So now, President Trump comes out and makes this announcement and blindsides the media. Because, see, remember, they've been going at it, telling the public that this drug is dangerous. Trump's out here touting this drug as a potential solution, and it's not. He's not a doctor. Now, he's been talking about this drug for several months. He didn't come out immediately and say, all right, guys, we have a cure for this coronavirus. He said that, let's look into it. I've heard good things about it. He's not saying someone go out there, break into a pharmacy and raid the cabinet and go and start popping hydroxychloroquine. Any smart thinking person would say, first of all, let me check with my physician and then go that route. And let me make sure that I even have a reason to go and request the drug, or that my physician would say, yeah, you might want to get on this. Not just go out there and just start popping them like they're Skittles. But yet they're trying to make it seem like President Trump just moved all the doctors out the way. Get out the way. What all of y'all need to do is start taking hydroxychloroquine so they can demonize him. And he's telling others to take all this stuff and this and that. But he flips the script on them, y'all. Now, we all heard somebody in the White House got sick and they got quarantined. The president is very vulnerable. He's our president. So we don't even want to take the chance of him coming down with corona. Therefore, I think it was very smart to start giving him hydroxychloroquine just in case. So if one person in his cabinet came down with corona, I know you might do everything you can to prevent the virus from getting on you, but there's some situations you just can't prevent. And so President Trump starts to take it. But then he comes out and does something that many leaders aren't willing to do. Put his money where his mouth is. So now you can't just say that President Trump is out there peddling stuff that ain't tested. Yeah, he wants you to take it and die. That's what he wants. Now it hurts their argument that he's nothing more than somebody that's peddling some snake oil and putting everybody else in danger. He kills them with this. Yeah, I'm taking it. And now they got a whole new story. They're like, oh crap. Now how do we continue to demonize him and this drug? And him telling people, check it out, it might be beneficial. So now all of a sudden they all feel like they care about the president. Starting with you know who, bag of bones, monkey paw hands having, marble mush mouth, nasty Pelosi. Let's listen to her just very false sense of concern for the president. Let's listen to Nancy.
As far as the president is concerned, he's our president.
You hear that? As far as the president is concerned, he's her eyes got big, her eyebrows are constantly up. I don't even think they come down. She might close the eyes, but the eyebrows remain up. Yeah, but let's finish listening to Mushmouth.
And I would rather he not be taking something that has not been approved by the scientists.
Now, people, do y'all believe that? He's our president, and I would rather him not be taking something that haven't been approved by the scientists. You know, if there was a smidge of cyanide in that, she would be like, take the pill. boy, I'd love to see this go wrong for President Trump. Everything she says is false. Every time she try to make it seem like she cares about the president or even Americans, it's garbage. Always garbage. She don't care about the illegal immigrants, the dreamers. No, she don't care about that. We know that because she could have got them amnesty a while back. Didn't do it. She don't care about all of these illegal immigrants and kids being ripped and them coming here for a better life, because when people parked on her lawn and said, well, thank you, Nancy, we hopped your fence, set up a little tent, we're going to go ahead and camp out here because we just want a better life. Get them off my land, all of that stuff. Yeah, she's more concerned about power. If she cared about people's safety and sickness, she wouldn't have been out there talking about everybody come on down to Chinatown. We kicking it down here. Yeah, she wouldn't have did that. She would have erred on the side of caution, because since Trump said, let's shut down flights from Chinatown, she said, I don't care if that could save lives. Trump said it, so I'm doing the opposite. She once said, I pray for the president every day. I don't hate anybody. Now I'm going, once again, you might be praying, but I guarantee you ain't praying to the Lord. And your heavenly, Beelzebub will thy attack President Trumpeth. So now she's talking about she's concerned about the president's well-being and health. So after acting as if she was concerned, she then follows up with an insult. Let's listen to this.
Especially in his age group and in his, shall we say, weight group, what is morbidly obese, they say. As far as the president...
So Nancy hit us with a little joke. Morbidly obese, should we say. And yet she's looking morbid. Forget the obese. She just looks morbid. As if she just popped up right out of a casket and came and did an interview. That's what she looks like. I'm telling you right now, I wonder if Nancy isn't a zombie. She looks eyes sunk in. Maybe it's all the booze that she probably has sitting down on her side out of the sight of the camera. She's talking to Anderson. And so he's a morbidly obese. Hold on for a minute, Anderson. That's good. So anyway, back to the president. Now, she wasn't the only one that had a conniption about this. The liberal media was concerned too. Let's listen to their reaction concerning this.
Believe in Americans' right to choose.
Yeah.
Yet they don't believe in choice when it comes to the Second Amendment. They don't believe in choice when it comes to paying your taxes or when it comes to reopening your business. They certainly don't believe in choice when it comes to hydroxychloroquine.
Right.
And this week, the president announced that he was taking the drug as a preventative measure. The left has had their collective meltdown. Take a look.
What?
This is one of those things that I think is going to cause a lot of confusion in people.
I'm not sure.
And that's what he don't want to happen. This is one of them things that's going to cause a lot of confusion in people, because see, now the president's saying, look, I'm not asking y'all to do something I'm not willing to do. You think the doctors responsible for the president just said, well, president, I don't recommend this. I mean, it probably could kill you once, after listening to liberal media, it could kill you. But you know what? It's worth the risk. Go ahead, take a couple. Do you think that's what those doctors were saying? See, what they're trying to do is make you suspend all your logic, reasoning, and understanding about how protected the president of the United States is. Starting with his doctor and the Secret Service and all of them, his health is the #1 priority. So you think they would be feeding him a drug that's dangerous? See, and that's what this audience that watches these raggedy networks, they don't want their audience to see that. They don't want their audience to go, well, darn it, well, since the president's taking it, maybe it is helpful, or maybe it is safe. They want people to still walk around confused going, well, I mean, MSNBC and CNN said they could kill you, but why is President Trump taking it? I guess he's suicidal. Let's continue hearing this propaganda here.
We can take it to the bank that he's actually been taking this drug because he said he's been taking it. He's told 18,000 lies and counting.
I think there's a high probability that he's really not taking the drug. And I think you would need to have some real evidence to suggest that this is not just another tall tale of his.
Who knows if it's true? He may not have been taking it for all we know. He just likes to make a splash. And I want to make a comment on that, Steve.
Okay.
What the president did with hydroxychloroquine was reckless.
Now, first things first, Mr. Burns, right there, can't even say it. What the president did for he hit us with a Joe Biden. You know the thing. It was reckless. Now, don't you find it suspicious that all of these people now are saying, let's get together and come up with another narrative to undermine this drug? Because, see, we don't want people to start being confident, being back out, going to work, because you got a safety net. Oh, man, if I come down with it, I'll just go to the doctor and, get some shots and I'm good. People get real relaxed when they find out there's a cure for something. I mean, heck, if you think that people would be scared and protecting themselves sexually if they came out with a cure for AIDS, immediately people would be like, well, shoot, AIDS is the worst I think I could get. Forget the crabs and the claps and all that stuff. I just don't want those AIDS. And you eliminate that off the board, man, I'm about to kick it. So a lot of stuff that people wouldn't do because they're going, if I this could be a death sentence. Now you've come up with something that can treat that or cure it. Everybody's like, I'm going back to work tomorrow. I'm opening my shop tomorrow. The confidence goes up. The economy starts to rise. People start looking at the Dow, start to climb real quick. They don't want this. So now, since President Trump has hit them with this new intel, the only thing they can do now is question his word. You heard the one reporter. He has told 13,000 lies and counting. Really? Who counts that many lies? I mean, who's the hall monitor besides Brian Stelter? Who's there going, he lied about this. I started reading their list of all the lies Trump had told, only to realize that these were lies that they were lying about him. Yeah, tell him. Just one word off. He said he was wiretapped, but he was surveilled. Therefore, it was a lie. Stuff like that. Yeah, they count those things as lies. Kind of like how they count, regardless of how you die, as you died from COVID. There it is. Hey, this guy got killed by falling out of an airplane, which COVID-19 killed him right before he splattered all over the ground. Now, let's finish hearing the rest of this montage of haters.
Let me show you the President of the United States
Joe Scarborough
is not taking hydroxychloroquine.
He has, in fact, become himself a personal public health hazard to the citizens of this country.
Now, did y'all just sit there and listen to these complete, fake, phony commentators, newscasters? Beaker, Joe Scarborough with the tight eyes, got the nerve to say, I assure you that he is not taking hydroxychloroquine. How can you do that, Joe? How can you assure me? Were you there in the room? Did you see him or not see him pop the pill? Were you privy to the conversation between him and his private doctor? Or are you doing what you always do, Joe? Lie and do propaganda. Probably lying and propaganda. Not probably, you are. Then the last guy, he's a public health danger to everyone. This guy is a public health danger to everyone because he's on a TV show lying about the president and scaring folks from getting something that could save their lives. But because it's political, people might be dumb enough to say, well, I've been listening to the news and they said that stuff's dangerous. I'll take my chances, doc, even though my lungs are shutting down and I'm feeling real wheezy and queasy and I don't know if I'm going to make it. But I refuse to take that drug that President Trump's talking about because I listen to Joe Scarborough and the rest of these folks. It'll kill me. It'll kill me even though I'm dying of corona. But that stuff right there, it'll double kill me. It'll double kill me. So now you see what's happening. And Trump did something brilliant by saying, yeah, I take it. Now what? See, put that in your pipe and smoke it. So all of them got to pivot and just say stuff like either he's reckless and crazy or I don't even think he's taking it. Now, what happens when it comes out that he really is taking it? Is Joe going to come on and say, I'm sorry that I lied to my audience? No, he's just going to continue or pivot or come up with another reason to attack the president. So anyway, I always have to expose their hypocrisy and their plans, their diabolical schemes. I see through them. It's like I got special X-ray glasses to see through all of this corruption and the swamp. I can see right through it. I'm like, yeah, man, I got swamp x-ray glasses because I see it. So God bless y'all. Don't forget, hit like, share, subscribe, notification button. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like something, put Kevin in the promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. Make sure you still subscribe and your notifications are set to all. And then finally, if you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, feel free. There's a link below this video to do that. We'll see y'all next time at Kevin's Corner. Now, let me tell y'all before I go, don't let me come down with the sniffles. Guess what I'm doing? Give me some hydroxy right now, Doc. God bless.